Vroom Vroom, that's right, it's an FA deck profile. I'm the Ranked Snail, thanks for watching. Let's get right into this. I want to start off by saying I built this deck a very long time ago, and I've just been collecting cards over the longest period of time, and I finally can show them off because this deck is pretty much finished. I'm still testing it, still debating whether or not I want to play it, but as you can see here, I'm laying out some monsters, and I'll go over them shortly. I don't want to clutter space, but let me just do that. Those are all the monsters I play. 3 Whip Crosser, 3 Hang on Mock, 3 of the Pendulum, 3 Auto Navigator, 1 Ash, because holy crap, I actually have an Ash, so I don't know, let me show it off. 3 Dark Dragster, if you can see it, and 3 Wyvern. The FAs, let me start there, they all gain an ability when they're on the field. They pretty much all stack levels, and that's how FAs work. Whip Crosser and Hang on Muck and Dark Dragster, every time you activate an FA spell or trap or effect card, they gain a level. And then if Whip Crosser is level 7 or higher, your opponent can't send cards from the hand to the graveyard to activate card effects. Hang on Muck acts as a Macrocosmos for your opponent. And Dark Dragster, once per turn, you can reduce his level by 3 and pop a card on the field. Rise-Bell, I mainly just scale it in the Pendulum Zone, and with that, once per turn, you can increase any monster's level on the field by 1, including your opponent's, so you can have some fun there, if that helps. I have an E-Tele you can bring out with that. Auto Navigator is effect where if it's in the hand or grave, you can target an FA with a high level, reduce its level, and then Auto Navigator's level will become the difference. And when it's brought out, you can search one of the FA field spells. I play Wyvern just in the sense of searching Catapult and using Catapult plays to either research itself or to blow up your field spell. I just want to mention that Dark Dragster has a really restrictive ability in that it must first be special summoned from your hand while you don't control it and a level 7 or higher FA, which you most likely will have. The FA monsters gain levels pretty quickly, much more quickly than I anticipated, and which is why the field spells and the regular spells have a huge role in this profile. I have 3 of the City Grand Prix, 2 of the Off-Road Grand Prix, 2 Terraforming to search out either field spell, 3 Test Run, 2 Downforce, and 1 Pit Stop. That goes over pretty much all of the FA field spells and regular spells. Other than that, I have 3 Ancient Gear Catapult, which I'll go over a little later, 1 E-Tele, 1 Cool Pen, a Set Rotation, and a Called by the Grave, and of course Foolish. Foolish just helps with putting Auto Navigator in the grave. Called by the Grave, which I'm glad they took off the list, just is really fun to troll your opponent with. Set Rotation is nice because you can use both your field spells. There is a third spell, I just don't play it. I don't think it's that good. But yeah, getting your field spells both out on the field, and if they get popped, you get 2 searches, so that's fun. Cool Pen's an interesting tech because you can target 2 wins in your grave, which accounts for all of your FAs, including that Pendulum monster. You shuffle them into the deck, and then you can bounce any card on the field. That last thing does target, but being able to bounce anything is really cool, so I think that's a fun card. Like I said before, E-Tele gets out free monster. Catapult just blows up your field spells, and their effects go off. They allow you to search any FA card when they're popped. You can also bring out a token with Catapult, so that's fun. The City Grand Prix boosts all your FA monsters levels by 2 during the main phase and battle phase, so I think this is the best one overall. I like it at 3. I suppose you could cut it down to 2, and then like I said, if it's popped, you can search an FA card. Off-Road's okay. You gain the levels during your main phase only, so in the battle phase you lose levels. Sometimes you want the levels in the battle phase so you can run over stuff, but this is just nice because when your opponent wants to do something and you have high level FAs, it just, stops your opponent. When an FA monster is triggered by battle, you can discard a card from your opponent's hand, which is okay, but with all this discarding and danger stuff and the way the format is, sometimes it's not the greatest, but having a bunch is nice. I have 2 Terraforming that I play just to search out the field spells. You really don't need Terraforming at all in this deck because you can search out the field spells in so many ways, whether it be Auto Navigator or another spells by themselves. These three are really interesting. They're all quick play, which is great because you can play them on your opponent's turn. Test Run is probably the best one here. You can change an FA monster's battle position, and then you can blow up a card on the field, and that doesn't target, which is awesome. Downforce is pretty good. You can target an FA monster. You control boost its level by 2 until the end of its turn, and then you can banish it to do that again. Test Run, you can also banish it to pop a card you control and then bring out FA from your deck, so that's why this is the best. Pit Stop, on the other hand, is a very interesting card. It reduces the FA monster by 2, and then you draw cards equal to the number of it in your grave plus 1, and then you can banish it, target an FA monster in your grave, and special summon it. I like the 3-2-1 combo, however, if I were to change it, I'd probably cut Downforce to 1 because you gain levels so fast in this deck that Downforce is not really needed. Test Run is just great at 3 because it's your main destruction card, and it just allows you to gain advantage off your own destruction. So I like it at 3. I suppose you could cut it down to 2, but 3 is nice. And then as for Pit Stop, I would probably put Pit Stop at 2, maybe even 3 if I had the room, but I think 2 would probably be okay. But Pit Stop, I think, is low-key a really good card, and yeah, up more if I could find more. That's it for spells, and that's it for the main deck. As for the extra deck, 2 of the boss. Motorhome is pretty fun, and hard to get out, but he's worth it when you do get out. He's like all the other FAs in that they all gain attack equal to their level. So he will probably be the strongest when you bring him out originally. Dawn Dragster's not as strong, but his effect is still relevant. With Motorhome, when he's level 9 or higher, he can't be popped. And if he's level 13 or higher, believe it or not, yes, you can get him to level 13. Because you can just increase levels past 12. None of the FA monsters say there's a max on them. And with that level 13 or higher, once per turn, you can target an FA and bring it out. So including the Synchro, if you properly Synchro summon this card first. Dawn Dragster is your negated card. During our player's turn, quick effect, you can negate a spell or trap card or effect, and then to do that, you just reduce his level. So as long as you keep increasing his level, or essentially just keep decreasing it to negate, that works. You essentially can get 2 negates off of him before you have to increase. Other synchros include Omega. Omega is just nice for putting your FA field spells back in the grave. Shambara, just for the Vroom-Vroom. Just doing a lot of battle damage is always nice. If you comboed this with limit removal, that's pretty much game, because it'll just attack twice for 4k. Samurai Shredder is nice because it's a machine synchro. Negates effects during the battle phase, and if it leaves the field from an opponent's effect, you can bring out a machine from your grave. 1 Trish, because you gotta play Trish. Trish is great. Black Rose to blow up the field, which can help you in some situations. For some links, Great Fly, just because he's a wind target, so boost your wind monsters. Gleefort Genius is a machine, so boost your machines. As for some Xyz, Abyss Dweller is cool. Locking stuff and preventing stuff from activating the grave is always good, especially right now. Heartland Draco, just to poke directly, excellent in time. 1 Castel, and of course 1 Scarlight. I believe that actually was 14 cards, but hey, you know what? I'm just going to say Scarlight can count as 2. Thank you guys so much for watching on the Rank Snail, and I will see you guys next time.